The whole thing was ridiculous. It was just a matter of time before the people suffering under this insanity said something about it, and yesterday they did. Thousands of Michigan residents drove to the state capitol in Lansing to express their displeasure. They didn't hurt anyone while they were there. They did it peacefully, as is their enshrined right under the American Constitution. But Governor Whitmer didn't like this. In fact, she was outraged. If there's one thing Gretchen Whitmer doesn't care for, it's civil disobedience, especially when it's aimed at her. As Whitmer explained yesterday, complaining about her decisions could kill people.
You know, when people are flying the Confederate flag and untold numbers who gassed up on the way here or grabbed a bite on the way home, we know that this rally endangered people.
When you disagree with Gretchen Whitmer, you endanger the public. That's the new standard in Michigan. Debbie Dingell supports that standard. Dingell is a longtime GM lobbyist, a car lobbyist, who inherited her congressional seat from her husband, who in turn inherited it from his father. Dingell has represented Michigan in the U.S. House of Representatives continuously for 88 years, since 1932. The family business is politics, but it's really a form of monarchy. So you won't be surprised to learn that Debbie Dingell is very popular socially in Washington. She shares with her neighbors there an undisguised loathing for the people of Michigan. She expressed that contempt this morning on NBC.
What happened yesterday was inexcusable. People did not have masks, they did not have gloves, they did not distance themselves, they had Confederate flags, swastikas, they blocked an ambulance trying to get to a hospital. Bringing hate and fear into a time that is already full of fear and anxiety is just unacceptable. There were people barehanded handing candy to children. What they did was to help spread this disease around the state more, most likely, not contribute to the mitigation, and it just made me sad.
Oh, sad. Debbie Dingell is sad. She's sad that people are expressing inconvenient political beliefs when they should be drinking alone at home or obediently buying more state-sponsored lotto tickets. Why can't they hit Michigan's entirely essential weed stores and numb out as their benevolent leader Gretchen solidifies her control over their lives? Why do they have to complain all the time? Saying unapproved things is racist. It inspires fear and hate. Stop it right now, you proles! How dare you fire up a bowl and accept your fate?
4 to 6 weeks later.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. We've spent an awful lot of time over the past few weeks trying to figure out and then explain what's happening to our country. At times it's been depressing, but it seems important. At this point, it's pretty clear that nothing is what we're told it is. These are not protests. This is not about George Floyd. It's not about systemic racism, whatever that is. America is not a racist country. You are not a bad person for living here. These are definitely not protesters. They're not even rioters. They're the armed militia of the Democratic Party. They're working to overthrow our system of government. They're trying to put themselves in power. That's all obvious now. It's genuinely sinister. We're worried about it. We've said that. We mean it. But in the process of saying that, we may have missed something else that is also true, as well as highly amusing. These people are idiots. For real. The angry children you watch set fire to Wendy's and topple statues and scream at you on television day after day are truly and utterly stupid. There's probably never been a dumber group gathered in one place in all of American history. They're mouth breathers. They know nothing. They couldn't tell you who George Washington was. They don't know when the Civil War was fought, probably not even to the century. They say they oppose racism, and then they rip down monuments to abolitionists. They don't see the contradiction in that because they have no idea who the abolitionists were. They think it's a band from the 80s. A lot of the very stupidest people, by the way, are, quote, well-educated. They have all the worthless credentials we're told we should want for our children. They went to Duke. They work at some nonprofit. They hold a good-paying job in digital marketing at Nike. Yeah. They're supposedly impressive, but they're not impressive at all. They're incredibly dumb. They fall for any lie, no matter how preposterous. The more preposterous, the more likely they are to fall for it. And like small children, they are afraid of everything.
This one was too easy. When the second clip that I just showed you was brought to my attention by Majority Report, shout out, I just knew that there was going to be something like the first clip I showed you. I didn't think it was going to be that perfect, like Tucker Carlson overperforming. But yeah, I didn't anticipate the clip where he would be backing up people protesting the lockdowns to have like the mentioned swastikas and Confederate flags. I knew they would mention it being for your freedom, but I didn't think that they'll actually mention how racist they were. But yeah, pretty much other than the bit where he's trying to stereotype people's jobs or whatever, how much more sense would these make if you got the comments he made about the second one, put it in the first one, vice versa? Just how much more attached to reality would he sound if he swapped them? But yeah, just wanted to put these two together.